So it's LGBT plus History Month, right? And I'm gonna put a little picture up here. Um, Parliament were discussing it. Now, look how many people are there. Funny how all of you MPs turn up for this. Yeah, when it was when it was time to discuss women's, rights. Oh, none of you turned up then. None of you turned up then. It's almost as if when you were rioting, and trying to position things in a certain kind of way, right? When you were trying to champion the rights, which, the hypocrisy in this is wild to me. When it's LGBT plus stuff, all you motherfuckers turn up. All you motherfuckers turn up. When it's trans. Because you have an agenda. You have an agenda to stamp out trans rights. LGBT plus rights. LGBT plus rights. Then you motherfuckers turn up. Then you turn up. When it's women's rights, which all of you were campaigning for the PDF ring, right? Because that was a thing that you was all going for, which I will stand behind. I will stand behind that. Right? I will stand behind that. That was a campaign that you were trying to do. Right? But when it actually came down to it, and it actually came down to women's rights, none of you motherfuckers turned up. None of you. But when it's LGBT plus rights, oh, then you turn up. Then you turn up. It's almost as if you have an agenda. It's almost as if, oh, because it's LGBT plus discussions, then you turn up. When it's actually women's rights, which I will stand behind. I will stand behind that. And you actually want to fight the system and fight against PDF rings. None of you motherfuckers turn up. But you champion it all over fucking X, which I'm not a part of anymore. I left X, right? I left that platform. You want to champion behind that. You want to champion behind it. It's almost as if you are all talk. You were all talk. But all of a sudden, because it's LGBT plus History Month, oh, now you all turn up. Now you all are in Parliament. You are hypocrites. You are hypocrites and you don't deserve the power you have. You do not deserve the platforms you have. You do not deserve the power you have. And you can all cry on X. You can all sit there and cry on X. But none of you actually want to do change. None of you actually want it. Because, like I said, when it actually came to fighting for women's rights, and actually wanting to make a change for the PDF rings, which that exposed your racism, by the way, because it's not just the people of color that are doing it, the Muslims, as you say. It's also in the churches. It's also white people. The majority is white people. The majority is in the churches. That is where it is. That is where the real PDF rings are. It's in the corruption of the establishment is where it's happening. But none of you want to have that discussion. But all of you turned up for this. All of you turned up to have the discussion of the LGBT plus history. All of you turned up for that. To discuss trans rights. This country is sick. None of you turned up for women's rights. None of you turned up for that. Not one. Not one of you turned up for that. Right? But you all want to sit there on X and, boast to that. And say, oh, look. But all of you turned up for this. makes me sick. Makes me absolutely sick.